You did not get selected for H-1B visa, or you're thinking this is one of the hardest things to do in the upcoming March and you are looking for alternatives. And I should tell you, there are a bunch of alternatives to H-1B visa which you either didn't know about or you knew but you didn't think that those are viable options. In this video, I'm going to be discussing what you can do in the case you didn't get selected for H-1B. Let's go! And also, at the end of this video, you will be able to learn how to get a free evaluation of your case. Hello, my dear friends. I'm Stanislav Shamayev, a licensed business immigration and corporate attorney in Miami, Florida. We will be talking about a very important topic. Everybody knows that H-1B visa is for professionals across the world to come and work in the US in case you have an employer. But also everybody knows that we have about 85,000 visas each year, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, depending on what's going on. But also that there is a lottery, and lottery is taking place every March. Beginning of March it begins and it ends in about 3 weeks. And we start getting the results the end of March, the beginning of April of each year. It's great if you got selected. Then things are easy. The company files the form for you, I-129. Probably around July of the same year, you go to the embassy, you get your passport stamped, and you come to the US in September, and you start working in October. If you get selected, this video is not for you, all right? But if you're one of those people who didn't get selected, and you guys in the majority, all right? Because we know last year we got about 700,000 petitions, out of which only small fraction got selected, less than 10% probably at the end of the day. Yes, there was a lot of fraud and investigation and they're trying to fix this, but hey, it's gonna continue. You still have certain percent that you can get selected. So if you're not, and you're probably not because you're watching this video or you're preparing not to get selected, and don't get me wrong, I'm just being objective and neutral in this case. It's just a matter of reality. So what are other viable options? And let's take it step by step. I think the most undervalued and underappreciated visa, which is one of the best alternative to H-1B, is O-1A visa. There is no limit, guys. There is no limit how many O-1A visas can be approved any particular year. 2022, about 35,000 O-1s were approved. And if we had filed more would have been selected. Okay, so there is no limitation, and it's the same type of visa where you can come and work for American employer. Yes, you need to prove that you have some recognition and achievements. Please watch this video where I describe the minimum requirements for O-1A visa, and I explain that for each professional, for any good professional who's a professional, a person with a bachelor's degree, it is possible to get O-1 visa approved. What's the most difficult thing when you are ready to file for O-1 visa? That is to educate your employer that O-1 visa is one of the greatest options. Lots of time they don't even know about its existence, and it's coming from my experience. And other times the attorneys who probably work in-house of those companies or attorneys who are hired on the side, they either don't know about this visa as well, or they are too lazy to know what's going on. There are some difficulties, but it's always possible to overcome them. Because once your employer understands that this option is really good for them and for you, they gladly do everything necessary to get this going. And what's necessary? Basically sign a petition, okay? That's all they need, to sign the petition once it's ready. So there is nothing extra for them to do. If you're an IT person, data analyst, engineer, or anybody else from a technical, technology, or innovative side, I believe O1 Visa is the way to go. Number 2, L1 Visa. An L1 Visa is a viable option if it's the same company that wants to transfer you. So you're working in a branch of that company or in a mother company, parent company, whatever you may call it, they must have affiliation, the common ownership, so they can transfer you from that foreign company to the US on L1A visa if you manage people, or L1B if you know some important functionality in the business outside of the US. L1 is a really good option. It's actually a little bit harder than O1 visa because it takes a lot of documents to prove everything necessary, and you must watch this video where I explain the basic requirements for L1 visa to be able to transfer yourself from the company you work in to the US company. Third option to use as an alternative is EB1A Visa and EB2W. You say like, oh, Stanislav, those are the third and the fourth, not the third. Kind of true, but because EB1A is a older or elder sister of O1A Visa, pretty much the same requirements, but just more depth to them. That visa is kind of a repetition of what I already discussed with you in O1A section, but it's also possible if you have a lot of recognition and a lot of achievements in your career. But what about EB2W, guys? I think you miss on this train a lot. If you're from India, just do the free evaluation right now. How you can do this? Go down below this video, find the links to talent visas and business visas and fill it out. Within 2 days, I will get back to you and give you the analysis of your case and also tell you if you have the potential, and if you do, then you will come to the complex immigration planning. For everybody else, guys, you have to do the same. I mean, we built the free evaluation service especially for you, so you don't have to pay the American attorney just to know if you have a good case or you don't. So please do fill out the form and get ready to know about your potential in the future. But let's get back to EB2W, because this is an amazing opportunity for you to get a green card for yourself and your family, your spouse and your kids under 21 years old, because a lot of those tech companies in the US, whatever they do in the IT sector, in the blockchain sector, engineering, architecture, whatever that is, most of the time we can make a very good argument that these guys are doing things in the national interest of the US. If you have an advanced degree, or you have the exceptional ability, and watch this video to know the basics for EB2W visa, and then you don't have to come up with some crazy endeavors. Stanislav, oh my God, I need to know, blah, 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 all this substantial merit and the national importance and this and that. It's a lot of work, yes, and that's a lot of work, but we always get it done. You can avoid all that just by having an employer. Well, I heard and I know that EB2W does not require an employer. It does not require the employer, but if you have an employer, that can make your petition stronger. Sometimes it doesn't do anything, all right? If you want to work in the Aventura Mall, I'm looking at it right now, I guess it's not in the national interest, right? But if you have an employer and they do some innovation, some good business in technology sector, then you probably get a slam dunk for your EB2W. So guys, here's the thing. Get the free evaluation, come to the complex immigration planning, and get the written strategy of a winning case if you work with my company. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, smash the like button, push the bell button, and also don't forget I have Instagram and TikTok where we post a lot of good content. I am Stanislav. Shamayev, a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.